Hello, welcome. My name is Gerardo, and this is going to be the first video of several for my 30 days water fasting. Well, this video is intended pretty much for keeping track of my observations. Probably my friends are going to have access to this, or the public in general, but I just want to make sure that, well, I'm just an apprentice. This is actually my first attempt. Well, not really my first attempt, it's my first serious attempt to do a water fast that is larger or longer than 2 weeks. Well, I am in Portland right now. I think it's a great place to do these kind of things because it's very peaceful, rainy, and not too much noise where I live, so that's very good. I have tried to do several fasts before. One of them was actually juice fasting. That was for 7 days, and it was a very good experience, and I really encourage anyone who wants to get inside of this fasting world to start with a juice fasting, because you don't have the hunger side effect of this. However, by reading some books, well, it seems that water fasting has some other healing side effects that I'm really very excited to feel. The longest water fast that I have tried is 5 days, and it was very hard, but that was my previous fast. That was back in May, and right now it's October 1st of 2009, sorry. And well, I have tried many times for the last 2 months to do this fast without being successfully. So I'm going to try different techniques this time. One of them is actually blogging. Well, I think what the principal things that I have failed in the past is, I would consider 3 different things. One is the concept of putting very clear in my mind why I want to do this. And this is very important because when the hunger is very strong and you start seeing people eating, smelling flavors on the street and things like that, you are always going to be challenged by the mind saying, why are you doing this? This is not healthy. Most likely your friends are not going to support that, and that's very common actually, because they're concerned. I mean, because they love you, they're your friends, and this is not very common in Western culture. So you're going to be challenged by these questions several times a day. So if you are not very strongly committed with the right objectives that you want to accomplish, well, in my case, I have failed before because of that. Other things is actually the social engagements. In one of my previous fasts, I blog in curesound.org, a situation where I had to break my fast because I had a social engagement. And even though you have to plan your fast in advance, sometimes you cannot predict what's going to be your social life in the future. So in this case, it was just a cup of coffee with some friends. But in water fasting, you cannot even drink tea in theory. It has to be plain water. It's very challenging, and by the times I have fasted, I realized that the social life is almost zero. And this is because in my lifestyle, if you want to go out with a friend or with co-workers or whatever, it's very weird, but food is always in the table. It can be either popcorn to the movie theater, it can be lunch, it can be dinner, it can be having a beer with your friends on a Saturday night. But just, I try to imagine which conditions can allow me to hang out with my friends in general while fasting. And it's very reduced. It's like going to a library or walking in downtown or things like that. But again, there's going to reach a moment where your friends are going to be like, we're hungry, let's do something. And if we consider that we in average eat every 4 hours, Well, that's kind of tough while fasting. However, this is not my most interesting cause of failure in the past. The most interesting cause of failure is exercise. And this is funny because I have a very nice group of friends which are very energetic and athletic, and they do a lot of exercise, and they're really an inspiration for me. And having this, and also having this challenge of the fast, I have received several times a boycott in my mind saying, why am I fasting? If I really want to be healthy, why I don't do this in another way, making exercise and be having raw food diet and things like that. The problem is when I convince myself that I'd rather go to the other way, the next day after I have the first meal, I feel all the side effects of the Western culture of pretty much eating junk food, like low energy, pains, and things like that. And that's when I remind myself, oh, the fast is not really to be strong, it's just to heal my body in order to perform these activities more efficiently later. So that's one thing that I've learned. And well, if you want to be healthy doing exercise, that's perfect. I believe the same thing. Just I want to heal myself to be in the best shape of my life to do these kind of activities in a good way. Well, my motivations are going to be well, my friends that I'm going to share this blog, and also the internet community. Again, I'm not a professional at all, I'm just an apprentice. But also I'm going to be reading a lot. I am a Tibetan Buddhism practitioner, so I'm going to be focused on Vajrasattva, which is actually the healing Buddha image. I'm going to try to do that, and well, right now my current situation is that I have some time off at my work, so this is like the ideal time to perform this. Now this is going to be the interesting thing, why I want to fast. Well, my primary interest is just to challenge my mind. I have struggled for some years about my emotional state, my energy levels and things like that. Sometimes I get a little bit depressed. And in the last year, I have been recovered that for myself. So this fast experience will be pretty much just to be the last phase of this recovering from my emotional state. Also, part of my practices in Buddhism, I really want to challenge my mind and try to see how much the mind can change the shape of things. In this case, my body, my health, my activities, my mindset, etc. Also body weight. I have been losing weight for probably 2 years now. And right now, even though I am not that overweight as before, I still consider myself that I have to lose a few pounds. However, this is not my primary reason, and I want to emphasize is that in my personal belief, I don't think fasting is a weight loss technique, and this is because your metabolism just goes down, and that's why the most important thing I think of fasting is breaking the fast, and this is because your metabolism is going to be so low that if you're not careful enough, you're going to gain probably all the weight that you lost. So this objective of losing weight is a secondary one. However, it's an interesting one because it's exciting and it's well, keep me interested because I see some physical changes. But again, I'd rather having my body in a full recovered, healed state, so then I can perform better exercise later, and then that will be probably my preferred way of losing the remaining weight. Okay, so this is the day one. Right now, well, I don't have a watch right now, but I think it's about probably 18 hours after my last meal. So I'm going to be trying to blog every day. And well, these are the statistics for today. I weigh 200 pounds, I am 6 feet high, and my body, my percentage of body mass is 31.9%, so I have a few pounds to lose. I'm sure that tomorrow is going to be the most challenging day, because that's when I broke yesterday my attempt, the second day, and I was very hungry and I broke it. But I started again today with new techniques. I'm determined to do this, and hopefully I'm going to finish it. So thank you for joining me, and see you tomorrow, and have a great evening.